y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Miss Thompson and today I have a really fun video. So Glisten Glow created a nail polish collection based off the Netflix show The Hunting Wives, and it's in collaboration with Polish Jess on Instagram. I will leave both of their Instagrams and mine down in the description box below. If you haven't seen The Hunting Wives, then I don't know. It depends on what you like to watch on TV, because this series is not for everybody. What I would say is that it is an adults only show. So make sure the kids are going to bed before you decide to watch this. So just to describe the show in a few seconds, it's based in East Texas, which is where I'm from. And then I did a little bit of digging, and the author of this series, I guess it was a book first, she is from the actual town that I live in. So it's loosely based off of where I live. And I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, it's a 12-piece collection. It is on sale for $130. It released for pre-order on September 1st, and then it will be widely available on September 26th. I was actually gifted this collection by Glisten Glow because I kind of sort of helped her name a couple of the polishes. So she gifted me the collection, plus she sent me her glitter grabber, which I absolutely love, and her top coat, which I also love. Today is September 12th. Today is Friday, September 12th. As of the day I'm filming this, you can only buy this collection as a whole, like the whole 12-piece collection, for the $130. But I believe when they're released site-wide on September 26th, you can buy them individually. All right, so if there's anything else that I can think about when it comes to this collection, I will list it down in the description box below. But for now, there's 12 polishes, so let's get into the swatches. All right, so we're starting off with Lake House Lies, and this one is described as a blackened jelly loaded with hollow pigment, blue and purple shimmer, bright blue shred glitter, and black microflakes. So this, I'm just gonna let y'all know, is one of my favorite polishes in this collection. And I know you say, well, Keish, you said that you don't like big flakes and shreds like that, but I have made exceptions along the way. This is one of those exceptions. These flakes look like light reflecting off a lake in the middle of the night. It's so fitting for the theme behind this polish. And there's so much of those black microflakes and the hollow pigment that it even more makes it look like it's just a lake in the middle of the night. The shreds lay pretty flat in general, but every now and then you do have one that kind of sticks up a bit. So I do suggest wearing this one in 2 coats with a glitter grabber and then your glossy top coat. But yeah, as you can see, no matter what lighting situation you see it in, all you can see is the blue shreds, and it just looks deep and mysterious, like there's something hidden beneath the surface of the water. Next up, we have this beautiful shade called Maple Brook Moss, and it's described as an olive green crilly with color shifting iridescent flakes that shift from pink, purple, orange, blue, green, yellow, and also a bit of green and blue shimmer. Now, with this one, I feel like I had to take my time when applying my coats because I am a little bit heavy-handed, and this one is a little bit thick, and I didn't want to have to add thinner to this one, so I applied as thin as possible coats for me, and it really leveled out pretty well. And then I applied glitter grabber over this one as well, and then my glossy top coat. And I feel like I can see all of those shifting iridescent flakes. I don't feel like I can see the green and blue shimmer as much, but then on swatching this one, the sun came out, so I was able to go outside and I could see the shimmer just a tiny bit, but there's no problem with seeing the flakes. I think this polish would be great in the springtime, especially around the Easter holiday. It's just really pretty, and those flakes really pop and shine on their own in this polish. This next one is called Sweet as Pie, and this one is a plum purple jelly with color shifting shimmer that goes from green to gold and blue at extreme angles, and silver hollow microflakes. So since this polish is a jelly, that first coat is going to go on a little bit sheer, but you can see all of those hollow microflakes shining through. And then it deepens up really beautifully on that second coat. This is such a glistening amethyst luminous plum type color. It's so radiant and sheen and just glowy. I like the way those microflakes catch the light and just kind of shine on their own. And then every now and then you get a glimpse of that golden shimmer in there and a little bit of green. I don't really see the blue, but it doesn't make this polish any less beautiful. As a matter of fact, I think this is really like playful yet sophisticated. I will say it does dry down a little bit flat, so you will need to kind of juice and plump this one up with the Glisten Glow top coat, and that'll bring the shine right back to it. So I only applied 2 coats of this polish, but if you applied a third, I don't really think it's necessary, but if you wanted it to be a little bit deeper of a plum, then a third coat would help you achieve that. But yeah, this polish is so dreamy and feminine and just warm and inviting, and I think you'll really enjoy wearing this. Next we have Camo and Cowboy Boots, and it's described as a light orange curly loaded with color shifting iridescent flakes that go from pink to red to orange to yellow, and then pink, red, and orange and yellow shimmer, and also black micro flakes. This one is also black light reflective, which is total Halloween vibes, but I forgot to show that part. The formula on this one is really similar to Maplebrook Moss. For being acrylic, they went on surprisingly thick. So I think you'll only need 2 coats of this one as well. And your final mani will look like this beautiful, warm marigold yellow. My initial thought was that it looks like cantaloupe or even spaghetti squash. And the flakes and the shimmer in this one make it look really rustic and wild, and it just has a lot of like country charm, you know? I honestly thought this one was gonna look really washed out on my skin tone, but it's really not. It's like the perfect shade of like a ambery mustard. So I think it actually works for everyone's skin tone, especially with that speckled shimmer in it. It just kind of gives it a little bit more character. The flakes lay down really well on this polish, so you don't necessarily need a glitter grabber. I would use it if you want to like plump the polish up a bit more under your top coat, but it's not necessary to have a glitter grabber with this polish. And I was able to show it off just a little bit out here in the sun so you can see a tiny bit of that country sparkle. Next we have Vodka and Cinnamon Gum, and this is a deep crimson like cranberry curly with color shifting shimmer that shifts from pink to red to orange, and some red micro hollow glitter and a lot of hollow flakies. Listen, I was very surprised by this polish, especially on 1 coat. It's so beautiful, and then it really deepened and kind of vamped out on that 2nd coat, y'all. This polish felt so glossy and luxe, I did not want to take it off. That berry base just makes it feel so bold and sultry, and you feel so confident when you have this on your nails. Even here in a bit of lower lighting, it's just so sparkly and like a fiery garnet. It's like that micro glitter and those hollow flakes catch every flicker of light and just make this polish pop. This one I only wore in 2 coats as well because I think it just looks better at 2. 3 would probably look like you've just overpainted and just wasting polish. I also don't think you need a glitter grabber for this because it's just glitter and those hollow flakes lay down really flat. But I will say make sure you add a glossy top coat. As a matter of fact, wear a glossy top coat over all of these polishes. Next up we have We Don't Work, We Wife. And it's described as a pink, bright pink jelly with color shifting iridescent flakes that shift from pink, purple, orange, blue, green, and red, and also some black microflakes. So as you can see, this is like a holographic flaky party in a bottle. And the formula of this polish was really, really beautiful. The first coat went on really, really smoothly, and then on the second coat, it was like the neon lights got turned on. It's basically a neon bubblegum pink jelly at this point, and it's so electric, and the color shifting in this polish is just brilliant. In lower light settings, you can see that blue flaky shifting a little bit, and also a little bit of the lighter pink color shifting flakies. Yeah, this polish is fun. I will say that I think you should wear the glitter grabber with this polish just because it's so chock full of flakes. You never know when one is not gonna lay down flat enough. So just to cover yourself, wear this one with the glitter grabber and a glossy top coat, even 2 coats of top coat, just to make sure you're good. And then you'll end up with this really fun and flirty and feminine mani. It's so jammed packed with those color shifting flakies, and they have so much movement in this polish. This is like a hot pink power statement, and for all the pink lovers out there, I think you're really gonna enjoy this one. The next polish is called Shop, Hunt, and Drink, and it's a dark teal acrylic with blue undertones and color shifting shimmer that goes from pink to purple to red to orange to yellow and green with hollow flakes and light blue reflective glitter. Now I really had to be careful when applying this polish because it was thicker than I thought it was going to be, and I'm already heavy-handed, especially with reflective glitter in this polish. I just knew it was going to be a mess, but as you can see, it applied really effortlessly, and I really like that about this polish. I love blue polish, so I wanted to enjoy this one, and I actually think I do. Those 2 coats look really good. You see that? In lower lights, this polish is so smoky and jewel toned at the same time, kind of like deep ocean meets twilight sky. I think it's just lovely. It's such a unique colored blue base, you know. I don't think I have any blue base that's kind of like this, especially having reflective glitter in it. And all of those different color shifting shimmers that are mixed in here probably are playing a big part in why the base looks so unique. And it also has this denim-like quality to it. It looks like kind of like a shimmery denim with a little bit of sparkle to it. The formula on this one is really good. I mean, it's just full of shimmer and glitter, but remember there is reflective glitter in this one, so you will need that glitter grabber to kind of smooth it on out and plump it right up, but it smooths out very easily. And then speaking of the reflective glitter, this polish completely transforms when you turn the flash on, and I think I love it better with the lights down, y'all, and I've never been one to love reflective glitter. Next, we have Queen F&B, which is described as a clear-based glitter bomb loaded with red hollow, red metallic, and gold hollow glitters in various sizes. Now, right off the bat, you can see how thick this one is, so I went ahead and added some nail polish thinner to it. But this is fall in a bottle, y'all. You've seen these kinds of polishes many times, perfect for this time of year, perfect for Skittle manis, layering over solid bases. 1 coat covers really well, and then a 2nd coat just adds a little bit more molten gold and fire to it, but I really don't think you want to try to attempt full coverage with this polish. Even with thinner added, it's still so chock full of glitter that I think a 3rd coat is a bit excessive. And then here I'm showing you on a black swatch wheel how 1 coat looks. See, it's kind of sparse and still really thick at the same time. And then a 2nd coat, I was trying really hard to kind of place the glitter where I wanted it, but this is a beautiful polish, y'all. I'm not ragging on it at all. It's still really, really fun. And then here is how they look with glitter grabber and then without. You can see the edges on the one without glitter grabber are kind of bumpy. And then with the glitter grabber, it just looks really smooth and fluid. Here I'm wearing it in 2 coats on its own, and even though it looks a little bit sparse, this is the way I would wear it. It's just an ultra reflective glitter explosion. You can really have a lot of fun playing with this polish. I can see wearing this with like really bright fire truck reds and even some greens. If you're a seasonal polish wearer, this could be very versatile in your collection in the fall. Like, this could be your workhorse, especially if you like wearing Skittle manis in the fall. Yeah, this one is for you. All right, so if you've watched the show, then you know who this polish represents. This is, I believe in doing whatever the F I want, and it is a gorgeous black and jelly base loaded with various sizes of hex, emerald glitters, and hollow flakes. All right, so you see that first coat, right? It looks very confusing, like, what? I see all this beautiful green in the bottle. Why am I not seeing that on my nails? And then you get to the second coat and we're building up and it's looking good. And then third coat, bam. Look at that green, y'all. Y'all, this polish completely lives up to its name. It's just like unbothered boss energy. Do you see that? For all my green polish lovers, I think you might want to check this one out because it's really good. And that shade of green is so lush and just shiny and dark and edgy at the same time. Now, you will need glitter grabber with this one. I just think it just looks better with glitter grabber, and I think I'm wearing 3 coats here, but I applied really thin coats, y'all, because I didn't want so much polish built up on my nails. But yeah, this is gorgeous, even for somebody like me that just started loving green polishes. I think this is really beautiful, and especially if you use this in a Christmas mani. Ooh, pairing this one with that berry shade in this collection, vodka and cinnamon gum, that would be a gorgeous mani for the holidays. And now we're on to the 3 creams in this collection. This first one is called Hush Honey, and it's a charcoal gray cream, and it's basically a 1 coater, but I'm gonna show you it in 2. The formula is really smooth and buttery on this polish. I just happened to get a piece of cotton ball trapped in the bristles of the brush, but yeah, there's nothing to say about it. It's just a smooth, buttery charcoal gray cream. I understand why the maker added these creams to the collection because they could be paired really well as combos with some of the polishes that are in here, especially some of the glitters. This one is basically a neutral in this collection. Next we have Evil Sumbitious, and I just love saying that, it's so fun. But this is a vibrant dark purple, and this one looks better in 2 coats as well, even though if you paint really heavy-handed like me, you probably could get away with 1. See how you can kind of see through the polish just a little bit, but then on the second coat, it just builds it up a little. I mean, like if you need something really quick and out the door, 1 coat of this with the Glisten Glow top coat would work because that top coat dries so fast. But yeah, this one is basically a 1 coater as well. And this could be a workhorse in this collection also because it's basically a neutral. And last but not least, we have Sweet Southern Sabotage. And this one is described as a medium teal with green undertones. Originally, I was gonna call this one a cream, but the formula really builds up like acrylic. On the first coat, you get this really beautiful, summery, like wash of teal on your nails. And then on the second coat, it doesn't really deepen, but it does make it a lot more opaque. So I would suggest wearing this one in 2 coats. Yeah, it's really pretty, y'all. This is one of those staple cream shades that you need in your collection. Well, it's acrylic, but it's still a staple color. And if you wear it with something in this collection, it would be really fun to wear this with that Glitter Bomb Queen F&B. That would be gorgeous. All right, so what do y'all think about those? I think this is a really cool collection, and I think there's something in here for everyone, like every kind of polish lover there is out there. I was kind of hoping for a red to be in this collection when she had announced that she was gonna make this collection, but I know that Jill from Glisten Glow, she really doesn't like red, and the vodka and cinnamon gum is probably gonna be the closest thing you get to red in a collection like this, at least from her. But yeah, I think it's a really well-rounded collection. The color story of it really does speak to the show itself. All right, as far as favorites for me, I have 2. Like, I really like them all, but I have 2. The first one being vodka and cinnamon gum. I just like the cranberry color of this one, and that the micro hollow flakes kind of match the base. And the base, even though it wants to try to vamp out, is still all very subtle at the same time as being in your face, if that makes sense. Basically, I like polishes that have glitter and hollow and flakes and whatever the ingredients are that all match the base. And like I said earlier in the video, this is the closest to red. This was like the only berryish red that we got in this video. And my other favorite is Lake House Lies. For one, the name, and if you've seen this show, so much goes on at the lake house. And this is just like vodka and cinnamon gum for me, where everything just kind of matches the base. Even though the base in here is kind of a black jelly, everything in here is just beautiful. The hollow, the shimmer, and how the blue shreds look like light reflecting off the water at night. That's why the name of this one is really fitting. All right, y'all, that's all I have for this video. This collection was really fun to play around with. The names of them are just too stinking cute, especially with me being from East Texas, and I hear a lot of this Southern slang all the time. I probably use a little bit of it myself every now and then. But yeah, it was really fun. I love when makers take inspiration from things like this, at least for me. I find joy in nail polishes when I know the meaning behind the names and the collections. You'll probably see that if you've watched any of my old OPI videos. I love knowing the name, why they created the name of the polish, what inspired the collection. I love that kind of stuff. And it makes an otherwise boring polish have a little bit more meaning when you know the inspiration and the motivation behind it. You know what I mean? Not to say that these are boring, but you know, sometimes in the nail polish community, polishes can start looking the same the more you buy, you know? But these are also fun and interesting, especially after I've watched this Netflix series. It kind of amps it up and makes you more excited to wear the polish once you watch the show. I will list everything about this collection down in the description box below, including the Glisten Glow website, their social media, my social media. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today and watching me swatch this fun collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.